It's one of the most beloved verses in all of Scripture, memorized by children, quoted on coffee mugs, tattooed on forearms. Be still and know that I am God. But for most of us, it's just poetry, a nice sentiment. What if I told you that this verse isn't just a suggestion for your soul, it's a prescription for your brain? That the word still in Hebrew describes a literal neurological state that neuroscientists can now measure with fMRI machines. Today, a neurologist reviews Be Still and Know, and the science will change how you pray forever. The Hebrew word that changes everything. The Hebrew word here is Rafa. It doesn't just mean stop moving. It means to sink down, to let drop, to become weak, to abandon, to let go. It's the opposite of striving. It's the picture of a clenched fist finally opening. And here's where it gets fascinating. Neuroscientists studying the brain during prayer and meditation have discovered that this letting go state triggers a cascade of measurable neurological changes. What happens in your brain when you be still? 1. The thalamus deactivates, shutting out the world. A 2023 study published in BMC Neuroscience examined the brains of people during prayer. The researchers found something remarkable: deactivation of the bilateral thalamus during prayer compared to secular mental tasks. The thalamus is your brain's sensory relay station. It's where information from your eyes, ears, and body gets routed to the rest of your brain. When it deactivates, you're literally turning down the volume on the external world. You're becoming still, neurologically. This is the Rafa effect. Your brain is doing exactly what the psalm describes: letting go of sensory noise. 2. The default mode network quiets, stopping the inner chatter. Multiple studies, including a 2025 review in Imaging Neuroscience, show that meditation and contemplative prayer reduce activity in the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for mind-wandering, self-referential thoughts, and rumination. This is the monkey mind. This is the inner chatter that keeps you anxious. When you be still, you're literally quieting the neural pathways of worry. 3. Alpha waves emerge, the brain's reset state. Research shows that stillness practices shift the brain from high-frequency beta waves, associated with active thinking and anxiety, to alpha waves, associated with calm, alert relaxation. One study found that contemplative prayer increases posterior alpha coherence and strengthens heart-brain synchronization. This is the state where creativity flows, insight emerges, and the body repairs itself. 4. The amygdala calms, fear center downregulation. A 2020 multimodal MRI study on religious chanting found significant activation patterns in the amygdala during spiritual practice. But here's the key. Practitioners showed reduced fear responses to negative stimuli. Another study on long-term meditators found reduced amygdala activation and mitigated negative affect. Your brain is literally learning to be less afraid. The synchronization effect: heart, brain, and gut. This is where it gets truly astonishing. During states of deep stillness, the brain, heart, and gut begin to synchronize into coherence. The vagus nerve, the superhighway between your brain and body, carries signals of safety and calm. Heart rate variability, HRV, increases, indicating parasympathetic nervous system activation. This is your body's rest and digest mode. A Baylor College of Medicine study showed that centering prayer, a Christian contemplative practice, increased vagal tone and shifted disorganized theta waves into synchronized alpha coherence. The psalmist wasn't exaggerating. When you be still, your entire being, brain, heart, and body, enters a state of physiological worship. The deeper meaning: and know that I am God. Here's the theological layer that makes this verse unique. The stillness isn't an end in itself. It's a means to knowledge. Know here is yada, the Hebrew word for intimate experiential knowing, the same word used for Adam knowing Eve. This isn't head knowledge, it's union. MRI studies on prayer show activation in the medial prefrontal cortex and temporoparietal junction, areas associated with social cognition and theory of mind. In other words, when you pray, your brain treats it like a relationship. You're not just thinking about God, you're neurologically engaging with a person. The stillness creates the space for that connection. The practice. How to be still like a neurologist. Step 1. Create external stillness, 5 to 10 minutes. Find a quiet space. Put away your phone. Sit comfortably. This isn't complicated. It's just giving your thalamus permission to deactivate. Step 2. Let go of thoughts. The Rafa practice. When thoughts arise, don't fight them. Imagine opening your hand and letting them drop. This is the literal meaning of Rafa. Each time you release a thought, you're training your default mode network to quiet. Step 3. Rest in presence, not performance. Don't try to achieve anything. You're not performing for God. You're resting with God. One simple practice. Breathe in saying, "Be still." Breathe out saying, "I know." The promise. What stillness produces. When you practice this, the research shows measurable outcomes: reduced anxiety, improved emotional regulation, lower stress hormones, better cognitive function. But more importantly, you begin to know. Not just believe, know. The stillness becomes not emptiness, but fullness. Not absence, but presence. The psalm doesn't end with stillness. It ends with God being exalted among the nations. Your stillness becomes a witness. When the world sees you unshaken, they want to know your anchor. I've created a free guide, the Stillness Protocol, 7 days of neuroscientific prayer. It combines Psalm 46:10 with daily practices based on the brain science you just learned. Link in the description. Be still. Let your thalamus rest. Let your default mode quiet. Let your heart sync with your brain. And know. If you're ready for science and scripture to meet in your soul, hit subscribe.